And happy Wednesday. I actually am on my lunch break, so y'all about to get this message while I'm eating, if this is possible. Anywho, I talk about purpose a lot. That's my thing, to try to help people kind of manifest their purpose. I like to say through the presence of God, because that's how it works for me. So that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like people need. But this message is literally for anybody who understands. I just know what I had to do to kind of start to manifest my purpose. So I'm gonna try to get this to y'all like it came to me at 2 a.m. In order to manifest your purpose, you have to feel like being content is not good enough anymore. When I say that, I'm basically saying we become content with where we are, and contentment is nothing but settling. I guess this is good enough. I guess this is okay. This job pays, so I guess I'm good. And you have to feel like that's not good enough for you. That's the first thing. That is like that spark within that's letting you know, that's that spirit telling you hey, it's time to do something different. It's time to do something better. Now, the second thing is, once you decide that you want to manifest your purpose, or you want to start going in search of it, and you want to start doing the things to make it happen, there are three things that are usually attacked. And this is from my experience and from what I've heard and what I've been taught as well. Number one is going to definitely be your finances. The finances all the time, whether it be something going on at your job, or just money period acting funny. Source of finances. Then of course your relationships, whether you're dating, married, or if you're single and you have family relationships that have been extremely close. Family relationships will be very important. The other one is a lot of times, if you have kids, it's going to be through your kids. It's going to be those three things: finances, relationships, and children, usually. And all three of those things are meant to affect one common thing, and that is your emotions. If the enemy can get your emotions out of whack, then you will make decisions that are not sound. You will become angry, frustrated. Somebody cut you off, you go off, and then you end up doing something that's going to, hurt your abilities in the future. All of this is to attack your emotions, because what everyone knows, what people know, what the enemy knows is your emotions will control your actions if you do not get those under control. So that's why I say, if you are not stable in your emotions and you want to go off as soon as somebody does something you don't like, or you don't get your way, I can't trust you, because you're going to mess something up. You are going to mess something up. Your life, my life, somebody else's life. That's not a healthy situation. So it's going to be an attack on your emotions. So a piece of advice that I have for you, honestly, is for you to we have to learn how to control our emotions. We have to look at things in a different light. And all of this goes back to loving yourself enough to know that nothing is more important than who you are and manifesting your purpose. And I'm not saying that you are never going to go off, or you're never going to get upset or get angry, or even mess up something sometimes. But controlling your actions is going to be the main principle. Your emotions is the main principle. It's the main principle. If you control your emotions, you can control your actions. No purpose, if done properly, no purpose can be sought out or given and fulfilled to its entirety. If you cannot be trusted enough to act accordingly. There are so many people running around here talking about their kings and queens, and in reality, they don't behave that way. They don't. They talk bad about people. They're constantly going off on somebody sideways. I used to go off all the time. I cannot lie. I did. So learning to love yourself is key. It is key because you realize what's important to you. You realize what you need to help you grow. It is usually, when you go off on people, it's usually a reflection of something that occurred or an accumulation of things that occurred that you have not dealt with. That's just, it's the truth, when you really think about it. So it's like, this is happening, that's happening, that's happening. And then on top of that, to top it off, you have to deal with your emotions. You have to say to yourself, why do I feel this way? Why does this make me feel this way in particular? Why is it that, her talking about what I have on make me feel this way? Why is it making me angry? Because you should be so secure and so in love with who you are that even if 10 people don't like what you have on, you like what you have on. And if 10 people call you crazy, because when you start manifesting your purpose, it's going to be so many people around you that's going to think that you crazy because of the possibilities, because of the limitations you take off your brain, off your mind. Like when you're content, you're placing limitations on your abilities. That's what you're doing. You're settling. You're placing limitations. Have you ever noticed how there are children who are a certain age and they do something, you're like, wow, I can't believe this child did this. When in reality, you should be saying, I can't believe that this child is not doing this. See, kids, when they're very young, have not been taught the limitations in which they should do things. So to them, it's not a surprise that they're speaking the way they're speaking, or their thought process is the way that their thought process is, because they don't have those boundaries that we have on ourselves as adults, that we've placed on ourselves or that have been placed on us. And those boundaries that have been placed on us is somebody else's baggage. It's not our baggage. We have made it our baggage. It has become habit forming, but it's not our baggage. Release the baggage that's not yours so you can get rid of your own. So you can manifest your purpose, so you can build, so we can start, setting up these legacies, so we can start teaching our kids that there is no limits. Take those limits off of them with that mentality. If your mind can conceive it, it can happen. I'm telling you now. So the biggest takeaway I think from this is love yourself, of course, first and foremost. Control your emotions, but they go hand in hand. If you love yourself enough, if you are satisfied with yourself, if you are at peace with who you are as an individual, not where you are, but who you are, then you will begin to control your emotions, because things will not bother you as much. That's some solid advice, man. Like, this is a process. It's work, It's reloading your thought process, reloading how we have already been conditioned. We have to reload that in order to change something, to make something different. I was told, like, the thought process that I was told was, having a good job is good because you get that 401k, your retirement plan. My response was, I don't want to have to need a retirement plan. I want to be my own retirement plan. I want to be able to say, have enough going on to have multiple streams of income and multiple businesses to where I'm going to be straight. My kids will be straight. My kids' will be straight. I don't have to worry about setting up a plan at the job site, you know, and worry how much am I putting into here, because I'm pouring into myself, and I'm pouring into my family, and I'm pouring into my community, so much so we can uplift each other. We can barter and trade with one another. We can make things happen with one another. But we cannot do that with the emotions all over the place, y'all. We have to start thinking logically. We have to, that is another form of oppression, to turn us against each other, because together we are strong and we are mighty. But divided and self-hate will get us exactly what we are getting in this day and age. And it's time for it to change. I need y'all to reload your minds. We got to reload our minds, y'all. So I hope that helps. I hope that this kind of convicts somebody and say, hey, yeah, man, I am kind of tired of popping off. Or, yeah, man, I notice how, like, emotionally, or I notice how I've been feeling like just working this job ain't enough, you know, and I couldn't pinpoint it. I couldn't figure out why I was just unhappy, because it'll cause you to be irritable. It will cause you to be very irritable when you want more, when contentment is not enough, when being content is not enough, when you're tired of settling. You will be irritable, short-tempered. You will feel like, I don't know, like so much is changing because you are going through a transition. That's your spirit telling you, hey, it's time to wake up, you know? It's time to wake up. You can let the rest of these people sleep, but it's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to make something happen. I hope this helps, y'all. I'm open to questions, comments, discussions about my experiences. You know, whatever I can do to help through your journey, to make it easier, or to shed some light on it from what I know, and what I don't know. I have a great teacher who is very influential, so I'm willing to help. You know, it's very important to me. It's very important that we as a community build ourselves up so we can pour into each other, and we can get some things done, and we can provide a legacy that we can be proud of. You know, not just, I want history to repeat itself in that way. That's what I want. I want history to repeat itself in that way. I do. Reload your mind. Reload your mind with the presence of God. Ask him. He'll tell you. This is my 2 a.m. upload, or download, so I can upload it to y'all. It's time to reload, y'all.